Hello there, it's Mira, one of your favorite Mary Kay sales directors. And look at my fun background. I'm trying out something new. So you may see a little bit of green here, there, everywhere. Okay, so today is June 1st, 2022, and this month's training focus is going to be about creating consistency by building wins, small wins to create momentum. So let's start with working to create your win. I heard a great analogy this morning on the director call, and it is win is work, inspect, non-negotiable. Now, obviously, the speaker was speaking to sales directors, but I feel like this works for all of us. Your win for the month of June, which is a critical month, and a lot of you may have gone to sales meetings and conferences, and they're like, work like the devil in June. Just keep going. You're almost there. And you think to yourself, I don't know if I can. Or you're like, June is the busiest month of the year, and it's my anniversary. And you know what? I've felt all those things. It's very real for me. My birthday's in May and I like to celebrate it. And I usually need a vacation in June because I want to get out of town. So this was very important for me as I'm reestablishing how I want to run my business for the stage of life that I'm at right now. Now, this year, I am not qualifying for a car. I've already wrapped up Court of Sales. I've got some things I want to do personally with my recruiting business. So I decided that the work I was willing to do, the things I was willing to keep track of, and my non-negotiables are working on recruiting. And since the company is doing a seminar contest, which I'm going to seminar in person, for either first-time gold medal winners to go across the stage at seminar, or if you've won a gold medal before, which I've done many times, you have to do a double gold medal, which is to add 10 new personal team members, qualified team members in a month. That is what I decided my win should be. Now, whether I hit the goal or miss the goal, by working strong on this in June, I'm going to create momentum, which is going to really give me a leg up for the next fiscal year that starts July 1st. So Medina Givens was our speaker this morning for the whole director group, and she talked about a year when she had kind of an insurmountable goal, and she had half of what she needed to get the goal on the 27th of the month, and how she really changed her perspective from being like, well, I don't think we can, to changing how she was approaching her goal. So she gave an example of the 4 legs of the table of doubt. And the 4 legs of the table of doubt are, the evidence, what's going wrong, who's not calling you back, what you need to still do, the amounts, like what the work is going to take to get it finished. And that was a really powerful thing for me as I was cleaning my office up post water mitigation in my house that had thankfully not ruined any product, but had ruined the flooring and the walls in the back of the closet that my product is stored in. So that's something I had been putting off, and I was like, okay, I'll do it during the director meeting because I've got to listen and I can kind of do it and I can take notes at the same time. It'll be great. So the 4 legs of the table of doubt. For me, the 4 legs of the table of doubt would be, number 1, that I have recruited probably the least amount of people that I've ever recruited in the last year. So that's one of the things that could cause me to doubt. Number 2, I have been struggling a little bit with even knowing who to talk to because I have so many new relationships that I have been meeting them. They've been meeting online through different things. I don't have as much personal connection, and I don't have face-to-face relationships yet because of all of the quarantine and all the different, technology is both great and it's awful. So those are the 2 things. My time is kind of limited because I've got 2 road trips in my new Tesla, which is, yay, exciting, but I'm taking one in the middle of the month. and I'm taking one. We're leaving on June 30th. So I don't have a lot of time to like do 4 power days at the end of the month of June. So that would be another thing. And just the evidence of, you know, like what I've been able to do in the last 2 years and how I've been feeling and, you know, different things like that. Those are the 4 legs of the table of doubt. So let me just kick those out for you with me. Yeah, it's been a low recruiting year. We've had a lot of we've had some people who have decided to leave or who have just fallen off because they had big things happening in their lives. That's not about me. That's not about how, you know, what my abilities are as a recruiter and as a leader. Number 2, the best way to get better is to practice. So I am not really sure how I'm going to do it, but I know how to share with everyone. And I have learned how to ask great questions and how to learn about people so I can find the places where Mary Kay might be a fit in their lives. In fact, I created a 6 most important things list about how to double gold medal in June. New relationships. I need to ask everyone to listen to some career information. I need to follow up. I need to be really good at follow up. And that's something that I have been allowing to lag recently. I need to raise a couple of reds. So I need to bring a couple of people with me. And I have a couple people picked out to do the gold medal challenge with me. They know who they are, or at least they do by now. And I need to pour into the consultants who are in my unit. So I need to be really focused on allowing team members to observe me following up so that they know how to handle this situation, and also to be willing to do sharing appointments with them to help them get started on their own path. And 6, I need to utilize the tools and the opportunities that are being given to me, including the It Just Fits online event on YouTube. It's a great way to get people. In fact, the new relationships that I'm making, I can send them a link to the event and I can offer them a lipstick or color product of their choice if they are willing to listen to that. And I recently just discovered a new survey format. So I'm going to recreate my follow-up survey, and I'm actually going to call it an application to be on my team. And I'm going to put that with my various media pieces on YouTube and on TikTok that I've created about Mary Kay, the opportunity, so that I can be getting information from people who I know and who are connecting with me in social media. So that's my 6 most important things. That's kicking out the table legs of doubt. One of the other things that was mentioned is to not be fooled by what you see with your eyes. Don't be fooled with what's on your reports. It's only part of the picture. And that's so true. In the years when I have been running for something big, when I have been going after a big goal, you know, the year that I was the queen of sales for the first time in the Mona Butters area, and when I was the queen of sharing in 2014, which was our final year as a national area, the goal was not done until the last minute. It really came together in the last 3 or 4 days. I had things going, and I had things that I had to go back and check on, and things I had to follow up with, and things that I had to be willing to do in order to make that happen. But I was able to take care of that. So but the report where it is right now only shows where you've been. It doesn't show where you're going. So if you don't know, you may already know by watching this what your win is supposed to be in June. Well, you might have that moment like I did this morning where I knew exactly what I need to be doing in June. But if you don't, take a moment, sit quietly, and get your instructions. The universe and your subconscious mind know what you need to be working on, what you need to be focusing on. And from there, take the next step and the next step and the next step. There's a big difference between stopping short on a goal and falling short. And that doesn't matter whether you're talking about fitness or weight loss, whether you're talking about money, or you're talking about graduating from a program. from college, from high school, from master consultant class. You can stop short, which means you stop before the deadline and decide you're not going to finish. Or you can fall short, meaning you utilize every bit of time, energy, and resources. You continue to work and inspect and you make your non-negotiable your efforts instead of the goal. And sometimes when you think that you're going to, sometimes we stop short for good reasons. Sometimes we stop short because we're scared. But when you fall short, even when you don't make it to the end, even when you don't cross the finish line, you still feel great about the efforts you got, and that will still pay off in the future, whether it's a month later, 6 months later, 10 months later, 10 years later. You never know how far your influence is going to go. So John Maxwell has always given this advice to begin with the end in mind. So I said this to someone recently, and they're like, I've never heard of that before. And I'm like, I've been hearing it forever. When you begin with the end in mind, you think about what you want to accomplish and you work it backwards from there. So if I want to have 10 recruits, then I'm going to need to, 1 in 4 women who are close to the product are going to say yes to the opportunity. So I am going to need to talk to an average of about 40 women who are close to the product, who have recently tried it, who have gotten a sample pack because of the Faces Across America challenge, because they're in my customer base, because they came to a party. All of those things are going to be important for me to get where I want to go. So I encourage you, as you figure out what your win is going to be, stay ready, stay focused, stay prepared. I can't wait to see what your win in June does for you and where it takes your Mary Kay business. Have a great month.